In a zombie apocalypse, being on a boat is indeed safer than being on land, but food becomes the biggest problem. It had only been a day since the virus outbreak, and the survivors already faced this challenge. To get food, they had to risk leaving the boat. Joe decided to take Amar to the supermarket where she used to work to scavenge supplies, while Kat and Sunny stayed on the boat to wait. Before nightfall, Joe and Amar reached the supermarket. As they rushed inside, a supermarket employee suddenly appeared, shouting not to let the door close, but it was too late. The automatic sliding door had malfunctioned and could only be opened from the outside. She had been trapped inside all day. The employee recognized Joe immediately as her former colleague, but Joe had no recollection of her. They tried to pry open the sliding door, but it was no use, and the tempered glass was bulletproof and couldn't be broken. Frustrated, they began gathering supplies. While doing so, the employee started reminiscing about the past, helping Joe slowly remember who she was. It turned out that Joe used to be the speed scanning champion of the supermarket, managing to scan 23 items in 1 minute, while the employee could only manage 21 no matter how hard she tried. Because of this, Joe won first place in a competition and earned a trip abroad. Since then, the employee had been practicing scanning relentlessly, even with a broken arm, but never reached Joe's level. Joe modestly said it was just luck and tried to change the subject. While they were gathering supplies, Amar suddenly had to pee. On his way to the restroom, he discovered the other side of the supermarket was full of zombies, nearly scaring him out of his wits. He quickly finished his business and, as he opened a stall door, he saw a zombie using the toilet. The zombie, sensing food, immediately stopped and lunged at him. Amar panicked and ran back to the shopping area, but unfortunately, he got caught by the zombie. The employee recognized the zombie as the supermarket manager. The manager's pants held an access card that could unlock his office, where the keys to the sensor door were kept. Seeing this, Joe quickly grabbed a frying pan and smashed it against the zombie. However, the zombie caught her by the neck. As both Joe and Amar found themselves in a dire situation, the employee decisively grabbed a knife and stabbed the zombie in the back. Though the damage was minimal, it was enough for her to vent her frustration. The employee continued to take out her anger on the zombie, seemingly unconcerned with Joe and Amar's safety. Meanwhile, Kat, worried about Joe and Amar's prolonged absence, decided to check on them at the supermarket. Unbeknownst to her, the sensor door could only be opened from the outside. When she finally found them, the zombie had already been turned into a pin cushion. Now, their task was to traverse the zombie-filled shopping area and use the manager's access card to get the sensor door key from his office. Kat had a clever idea: to use the store's speakers to draw the zombies away. She instructed Joe and Amar to grab the speakers while she and the employee cleared obstacles. As they worked, the employee brought up her sister Joe's shopping skills again. Kat, feeling a bit mischievous, revealed the truth. Joe had cheated. To win the trip abroad, she had hidden a string of items up her sleeve. The employee was stunned by this revelation, standing in shock for a few minutes. Kat realized she had said something she shouldn't have, but didn't dwell on it. Once everything was ready, they set their plan into motion. As the music blared, zombies were irresistibly drawn toward it. Kat, holding the speaker, sat in a shopping cart while Amar pushed her through the store, drawing the undead away from their path. Once the zombies were sufficiently distracted, Joe seized the opportunity to head towards the manager's office with the employee. However, Joe failed to notice the strange look in the employee's eyes. They quickly reached the office and successfully found the sensor door key. Joe, without hesitation, handed the key to the employee and instructed her to open the door while she went back to find Kat and the others. Just as Joe arrived, she spotted a zombie sneaking up on them, with the horde closing in from behind. Quickly, they used the shopping cart to knock down the zombie, grabbing a few bags of supplies and sprinting towards the exit. But when they reached the door, it was still closed. Confused and panicked, they saw the employee appear off to the side. Joe frantically shouted at her to open the door, but the employee stood motionless. It became clear that she was harboring a grudge against Joe for cheating to win the contest and had decided to take this opportunity to get her revenge. Despite Joe's continuous apologies, the employee remained unmoved. With a triumphant gesture, she turned and left the supermarket. Joe was utterly bewildered, but the immediate concern was the approaching horde of zombies. With nowhere left to retreat, the three of them stood frozen, hoping the zombies might somehow be gentle. Just then, the automatic door suddenly opened. It was Sunny, arriving just in time. Seizing the opportunity, the trio quickly pushed their shopping cart and dashed out of the supermarket, narrowly escaping the impending danger. Upon safely returning to the boat, they noticed the zombies had followed them back. Despite the close call, they managed to bring back a substantial amount of food, ensuring they could finally have a proper meal. The next day, a driverless yacht suddenly appeared in the middle of the river, blocking their path. To allow the big red boat to pass, Joe and Amar decided to move the yacht. Once the big red boat had passed through, Joe was reluctant to return. Having never driven a yacht before, she wanted to have her own boat. Despite Kat's concerns about managing two boats being a burden, Joe remained stubborn. Not long after they set off, Kat noticed that the big red boat was out of fuel. Joe's insistence on keeping the yacht proved crucial at that moment. Fortunately, they were not far from a refueling station. To their surprise, there was still someone at the gas station. An elderly man, holding a gas pump, warmly approached them. In a world ravaged by chaos, such kindness was rare. Before refueling, Joe and Amar had to first lure Joe's zombie ex-boyfriend away from the gas station. This task fell on their shoulders. As they led the zombie away, they managed to divert other zombies that were following them as well. Having the yacht was great. It was much faster than the big red boat. Seeing Joe so happy, Amar also wanted to experience the thrill of driving the yacht. However, Joe flatly refused and deliberately avoided the topic. "Can't you just let me have a go?" Amar complained, feeling exasperated. The two began to argue, completely unaware that the yacht had veered off course. Joe tried to restart the yacht, but it wouldn't start, and to make matters worse, water was leaking into the cabin. Things took a turn for the worse when Joe's zombie ex-boyfriend caught up to them. He was moving much faster than the other zombies. They thought they were safe on the boat, but the zombie ex-boyfriend jumped into the water. Could it swim? To their horror, it turned out it could. Within moments, the zombie was climbing aboard the yacht. Meanwhile, while Kat and Amar were refueling, they learned from the old man that the zombie virus had started in a bar. Despite the military's quick response and quarantine measures, they couldn't stop the virus from spreading. Both of them were stunned to hear this because the old man knew what was happening, but still risked his life to help others. However, what the old man said next left them speechless. He mentioned that even in the apocalypse, life had to go on. So, after refueling, he asked them if they would pay with cash or card. Kat immediately said they had no money, pointing out that money was useless in the apocalypse. But the old man didn't care and pulled out a shotgun. This move left them dumbfounded, and they quickly lied, saying that Joe had the money. The old man, satisfied with this answer, drove his refueling boat and followed them. When they arrived, they found Joe and Amar fighting off the zombie ex-boyfriend. Thankfully, the old man docked his boat on the shore just in time for Joe and Amar to escape the yacht. Seeing her zombie ex-boyfriend's relentless pursuit, Joe grabbed the fuel pump and started spraying gasoline all over the yacht. It was time to end things for good. The old man, watching the scene unfold, was delighted. He thoughtfully tossed his lighter over to Joe, knowing he had just made a profitable deal in the apocalypse. When Joe tossed the lit lighter towards the yacht, it didn't ignite in a spectacular blaze as she had imagined. The old man explained that diesel doesn't explode instantly, but it did manage to set the zombie ex-boyfriend's feet on fire. However, their relief was short-lived as the enraged zombie, with flaming feet, charged towards them. Terrified, Joe sprinted towards the bow of the yacht, grabbed the old man's shotgun, and fired at the zombie ex-boyfriend. Although she successfully brought him down, she also accidentally hit the yacht's gas line. Realizing an explosion was imminent, they had no choice but to abandon the refueling boat and scramble onto the yacht, fleeing in a hurry. They barely got a safe distance away when the refueling boat exploded, taking out the zombies on the shore as well. Soon, they returned to the spot where they had refueled. With the boat destroyed and the old man still unpaid, he angrily pointed his gun at them, demanding full compensation. Clearly, Joe had no money to give. Just as things were about to turn ugly, Sonny noticed the leaky yacht and came up with a plan to offer it as compensation. The old man, thinking he was getting a great deal, quickly agreed and sailed off in the leaking yacht. It was a bit underhanded, but they had no other choice. They wished the old man good luck as they continued their journey. As they approached the outskirts of Birmingham, military personnel suddenly appeared and ordered them to stop. The soldiers said they were evacuating all survivors. Despite Kat's suspicion that something was off, Joe immediately hit the brakes. Soon, the group was escorted to the shelter by the soldiers and underwent medical examinations. While the rest of the team felt relieved and safe, Kat remained skeptical, noticing the lax security measures. During Joe's blood test, she unexpectedly encountered her ex-boyfriend, Jude. Overcome with excitement, she rushed to kiss him, unaware that this simple act would indirectly lead to Jude's death. Meanwhile, Sunny, who was about to rest, suddenly saw a zombie inside the shelter. Amar immediately lost all sleepiness. The soldiers, without hesitation, fired at the zombie. Sunny and Amar realized the severity of the situation because the gunfire would attract more zombies. Sure enough, a large horde soon swarmed towards the shelter. Realizing they couldn't stay there any longer, Jude urged Joe to escape quickly and mentioned they needed to find the person in a photo he showed her. To Joe's shock, the person in the photo was her current boyfriend. She immediately informed Jude that he had already turned into a zombie and had been blown up. Jude was stunned, as he revealed that he was patient zero, potentially crucial for finding a cure for the virus. Suddenly, the sound of intense gunfire erupted outside, signaling that the shelter had completely fallen. With no time to explain, Jude urged the group to flee immediately. During their escape, a zombie attacked Joe, but Kat and Jude managed to save her just in time. Once they made it outside, they discovered that their vehicle was gone, leaving them with no choice but to head towards the river on foot. As they hurried through the deserted streets, Kat took a moment to tell Jude that it was impossible for Joe's current boyfriend to be patient zero, as the zombie virus had already spread through the city before he transformed. While they were making their way to the river, Joe suddenly felt a sharp pain in her back. She asked Kat to take a look, and to their horror, Kat discovered a zombie bite. Shocked, Kat chose not to reveal this to the rest of the group. Quickly, the trio arrived at a docking area. Kat, concerned, asked Joe if she was feeling any unusual symptoms, like dizziness or weakness. Joe, surprisingly, said she felt perfectly fine. However, it was Jude who began showing signs of illness, vomiting uncontrollably. Kat hurriedly helped him into the cabin and asked if he had been bitten by a zombie. After a thorough check, they found no bite marks, nearly causing a misunderstanding with Joe. Kat then asked Jude why he thought Joe's ex-boyfriend was Patient Zero. Jude explained that he had participated in a flu experiment and Patient Zero was one of the participants. Before he could elaborate, two zombies suddenly attacked. Kat and Joe tried to hold them off, but it was futile. Just in time, Sunny and Amar arrived to help. Amar, armed and ready, fired his weapon, but his aim was off, hitting only the zombie's fingernail. However, this was enough to incapacitate the zombie. Unfortunately, the second zombie turned its attention to Kat and Joe. The two women fought desperately, managing to push the zombie into the river, but their relief was short-lived as a horde of zombies began swarming towards them. Amar tried to fire his gun, only to realize he was out of bullets. They had no choice but to start the boat and escape. However, they quickly discovered that something was stuck in the propeller. While Sunny and Amar checked the propeller, they also noticed the bite mark on Joe's back. Joe, feeling the bite, nearly fainted from the shock, but they knew they had to clear the obstruction from the propeller first. Kat took the lead in clearing the propeller. As she worked, a thought struck her. Joe's current boyfriend hadn't been bitten, so how had he turned into a zombie? She asked Joe when she had first met him. Joe explained that they had met during a flu experiment. After that, they went to a bar where she was kissed by a stranger. Remembering the old man's comment about the virus outbreak starting at a bar, Kat had a sudden realization. Joe was Patient Zero. This also explained why her boyfriend had turned into a zombie without being bitten. They had shared an intimate moment. Kat finally managed to clear the obstruction from the propeller. Just as they were about to start the boat, they saw that the zombies were nearly upon them. To make matters worse, Jude, who had been kissed by Joe, started to transform into a zombie. Acting quickly, Kat slapped him off the boat before he could pose a threat. With the immediate danger averted, they decided it was time to leave Birmingham. Given that Joe, as Patient Zero, had antibodies in her system, they realized their mission had changed. They needed to survive the apocalypse and find the military to use Joe's antibodies to develop a serum and put an end to this nightmare.